Previously on the rise and fall of Nature Boy and carbonation.
You're trying everything you can to not go forward with this trial.
Because I'm not being treated fair.
Okay, you are entitled to your opinion, Mr. Bishop. I'm not going to argue with you. But we are moving forward with the trial.
The judge gave Bishop two options: represent himself or keep his attorney. Ultimately, they decided to move forward together. Complicating the matter, it was announced Tuesday morning someone tied to the case tested positive for COVID. Bishop spoke up after the announcement, saying he was worried that he would catch the virus. And the judge initially decided to move forward with the case despite someone testing positive for COVID, but then reconsidered her decision about an hour later. The trial is now on hold until Thursday at 9 a.m.
The judge tests positive for COVID. They don't say that on the news. They're trying to protect her some kind of way to let sure she won't be shown to have tested positive for COVID. They don't want you to know that. They're trying to hide that. And it is what it is. It is what it is because Christ was lied on, but I want y'all to watch it very closely. Out of all the cheating they did in this case, talking about, oh, we're still going to go forward with this, we're still going to go. So zealous to get it done, but you put everybody's life in danger. Then I say, I don't want to be in here with you. She's like, no, you're going to be in here anyway. And if you don't, we're going to move forward without you. I'm like, what do you mean you're going to move forward without me? Yeah, you can go in the back. I'm like, well, I'll be able to hear. She's like, no, you're not going to be able to hear. See, you're being corrupt, and it's the laws of the universe, and this is what happens. But at the end of the day, you're cheating. You're not giving us any leeway. You're not being fair about anything. And now, the interview that she did with the police, they're hiding that. They played my interview, but they never played her interview. They're scared when it comes to her interview. You know why? Because her interview says what? Her interview says that she never told these people at all. They're legally hiding it in court. They're not allowing us to talk about it. They're not allowing us to question the fact that, here's a plain out question. Hey, did he ever you? That's the question to ask her. We never asked her that question.
On the final day of testimony, Nature Boy once again voices disagreement with being in court while there was still a possibility that the judge had COVID. Him and his attorney would make a good argument for the trial to be delayed and also set up strong grounds for an appeal in the future.
He's indicating that the court is still positive for COVID, and because of that, he does not want to be in the courtroom. He's elected to take advantage of his own health. He's entitled to do that.
Sure.
That's...
All right, just make sure the record is clear that I am not instructing that he leave the courtroom. My preference is for him to stay and participate in his defense with his attorney. However, if he does not want to be here, we will make arrangements for him to observe the proceedings from the jail courtroom.
But he does want to be here, Judge. He just
it's his choice. So I want him here. Everybody else is here. Everybody else is fine. The only person that has a problem is Mr. Bishop. So that is his right, and I'm not infringing upon that. If he is uncomfortable being in this courtroom, I will consider it a voluntary absence, and we will bring him back to the jail, where he will put on his orange jumpsuit, and he will observe the trial from the jail courtroom.
Mr. Bishop would like to inquire if the court would state on the record whether you're still positive for COVID or not.
I have no idea.
He just wants the record to reflect that you're here in court. You could be potentially still positive for COVID, and his options are to be positive, be in the courtroom with someone who's positive for COVID or not.
All right, we've gone through. Yeah, I understand. You've made your record, Mr. Bishop. You've made your point. Mr. Bishop, if you choose to go back to the jail to observe the trial, you're not going to be able to change your mind and come back. There's too much involved. Time, it's going to take about 30 minutes to get you there, dressed out, and back into the courtroom, and we don't have time for the back and forth business. Do you understand that if you do that, you're not going to be able to talk to your attorney necessarily throughout the trial? It's going to be a lot more difficult for you to communicate with your attorney. Do you understand that?
I do not understand.
Okay, well, your attorney can explain it to you.
But he wants to make sure the record is clear that his ability to be here in court, he doesn't feel like he's had any other option but to take his own health at issue.
If you test positive for COVID-19, stay home for at least 5 days, but then it counts day 0 is the onset of symptom, or is the day of symptom onset regardless of when you test positive. We are in 2024, the end of February, beginning of March tomorrow.
It's been 4 years.
4 years removed from the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. As a legal system, we need to learn to live with this. The state is asking the court to go forward, and that's what we'd like to do.
And then if I got a chance to respond to that. I get that we're 4 years ahead, but right over here in this box where the jurors are sitting, we still have plexiglass up that the jurors can't be beside each other. We had only 4 years ago a few million people across this world and country that died as a result of COVID-19. His position is that we don't even know if you're positive or negative at this point. You haven't taken another test, but he's elected to go to the jail court, and he will dress out in his orange garb, and he will pop up on the screen and watch it just like everybody else. So we're ready to get going.
All right, let's do it.
The defense will continue where they left off before the recess. This will be the longest day of the trial. All of their witnesses would testify, and Nature Boy would watch from Zoom in a separate courtroom. They will call Janae back to the stand first, with one last shot at trying to poke holes in her story.
Good morning, Ms. Newell. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
All right. If you recall, you were placed under oath a day and a half ago when you were last on the stand.
Yes.
Okay. And so at that time, I was asking you a few questions about the interview that you gave with the YouTube tea blogger. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall giving an interview with the YouTube tea blogger?
Yes.
Okay. And was that after March 24th, 2022?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember how you came across that particular interview? Was it requested of you or one that you requested to do yourself?
It was one I requested to do myself. Actually, my friend got in touch with the team after I seen Kite, which was one of the former members, did an interview, and I didn't really know what to do because I just seen the revenge porn and everything. So I just asked God, what can I do to atone for my sins or anything of that nature? And I saw when Kite was very strong and was able to tell his truth, I said, I want to be able to tell mine.
And what you just said now, you wanted to tell your truth.
Yes.
That's correct?
Yes.
So your statement that you made to the YouTube blogger, the T, was the truth, right?
Well, yes.
Okay.
It's
All right.
the best that I can, my abilities. Like I said before, I was still very much influenced by the cult. So I think I, in a way, protected him in some ways, but now that I'm out of the cult, I'm able to testify much better.
Okay. Your testimony at that time, what you're saying was not the truth.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I was heavily influenced still by the cult.
Okay.
So in a way, I felt like I was protected in ways. Like, for example, I didn't get it in detail about what happened that night.
Okay.
And also, what he did to me was very normal. So I didn't think anything of it at the time to just go into detail. But now I'm able to, stand firm in my truth and the truth and say exactly what happened.
Okay. Do you remember making a statement on the YouTube T blog that you were, quote, really vulnerable and he, as in Eligio, knew what to say to make you stay?
Yes.
You remember saying that?
I remember.
All right. Do you remember making a statement during the T interview that during the, quote, lovemaking, that the defendant was faking it, he was acting just to keep you?
Yes, I remember that part.
Okay. Do you remember saying that, quote, I was thinking all I needed was dick and that wasn't it. What I wanted was love, real, true, genuine love from him. Do you remember making that statement?
What I said was, he thought all I wanted was dick. What I really wanted was true love genuine true love from him and the family, meaning I didn't want to get beat up that day. And also, he always would just say to the women that, all she needs is, Jerry, the D word, all she needs is that, all women need is that, so they can just shut up and be submissive. So that's why I said that on the interview.
Okay. Do you remember saying during the T interview that Babaji would have never treated me like this?
I remember stating that after I said that the woman was trying to take a charger out my hand, and I believe that Eligio Bishop would have probably let me have the charger. That was my belief at the time, so that's why I wanted to go address it, but I didn't get to.
Okay.
So that's what I meant.
And when you say you thought you would have gone to address it, you were going to go to Mr. Bishop and say, they're trying to take this
Basically,
charger out of my hand?
around the time I was very confused on what to do. So, of course, I would have went back to my abuser and asked if I could have a charger before I leave. Yes.
Okay. And my last question for you, I think, is when you were in the house on March 24th, 2022, you're getting ready to leave. Did you go upstairs one time and Queen Malia, did she tell you to go back downstairs?
I was stopped at the middle, halfway, by Queen Malia and sent back downstairs.
Okay. That's when you were going up to ask Eligio about the phone charger?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next time that you went upstairs was after that when they told you that Eligio wanted to talk to you?
Yes, at the time, I believe Zoka is the one who called out to me from the front door, but I believe I heard Aya also call from the inside. So whenever the king has a message, the women will call out all at once. That was the time when I went back inside to tell him bye.
Okay. And this was when you were already outside at the car?
Yes.
Okay. With the Uber waiting there?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
What's your name?
Hi.
Interview with the T about 6 days after you left. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. During that interview, were you still processing the reality of what happened to you that night?
Yeah.
Okay. And still trying to understand what it was?
Yes.
Unsure of what to call it?
I don't. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you. You may step down.
The next witness to be called to the stand was Jax.
Good morning, Mr. Bird. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
All right. Do you know Eligio Bishop?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How do you know Eligio Bishop?
Well, he's a mentor and teacher of mine.
When did you first actually meet him in person?
In person was late March 2021.
Okay. And where was that at?
Puerto Rico.
Okay. And how did you get there?
I flew there.
Okay. What made you leave your family and go to Puerto Rico?
Well, I was attracted to what Mr. Bishop was teaching online, and he was one of the teachers online that was actually practicing what he was preaching.
Okay. Was practicing what he's preaching using the bathroom out in the nature?
Correct.
Okay. Was it more of a holistic type of lifestyle?
Yes, sir.
So when you got to Puerto Rico in 2021, how many people were there at that time, roughly?
Roughly around 15 people.
After Puerto Rico, where did you move to next?
Well, we went to Atlanta.
All right. And as far as food and other things, who provided food for the house?
Mr. Bishop.
Okay. So from February 2021 until early 2022, you're staying here in Atlanta.
Correct.
Was there music and production that was being done as part of the group?
All the time.
Okay. Did you guys do things to get people's attention?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Like what?
We call it spiritual improv. So what people saw online is us smacking each other. We all agreed to give each other kicks or taps on the face to make sure that we were in line with the entertainment and production.
Okay. All right. So you would do dramatization. So not everything was real. There was acting as well.
Yeah, mostly everything was acting.
Was Mr. Bishop in a relationship with several women?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Did you ever see Mr. Bishop in a position where he was being violent toward women?
No.
Okay. So going to March 24th, 2022, can you describe what's happening in the house?
The usual. I think we went live, had some music playing. Well, we had a meeting with Ms. Newell. Ms. Newell wanted to leave. I was cleaning up. She wanted to leave. I was asked by True to go get her bags along with another member of the shed with her painting and bring it to the door.
Okay. Where was she at?
I don't remember. She was upstairs going to get the rest of her things, her belongings.
Okay. Were her bags already packed, or do you know?
Most of her luggage was already packed in next to the door. She probably only had to grab a few things from upstairs.
Okay. All right. Did you witness her leave outside the front door?
No, sir.
Did you ever see her again after the bags were placed at the front door?
Yes, sir.
When did you see her?
She came downstairs, and I seen her. I continued to keep cleaning. She went back upstairs.
Did she Did she appear to be disheveled or anything like that when she came downstairs?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you see anybody hit her, punch her, or anything like that when she came downstairs?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Did you ever see her come back downstairs after that?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you hear anything or any noises of anybody fighting upstairs, anything like that?
No, nothing of that nature.
Is it your testimony that you never saw Mr. Bishop punch or hit anyone while you were present?
I never seen that happen.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Ross?
Good afternoon, Mr. Britt.
How you doing today?
Still morning, I'm doing all right. My name is Michael Coveney, I'm a prosecutor on the case. You were pretty good at wrestling as a kid, were you not?
Yes, sir.
In fact, you got a scholarship to go to Pitt for wrestling, right?
Yes, I did.
And it was at that point in your life that you found Mr. Bishop's teachings to be appealing.
Yes, sir.
And in fact, you still find Mr. Bishop's teachings to be appealing, right?
Yes, sir.
In fact, you're currently a follower of his.
Yes, sir.
You were telling the jury a little bit about the last night Janae was there. Do you remember that night?
Yes.
And I think you kind of finished that conversation by telling Mr. Booker that that was everything important that you witnessed with Janae that night, right?
Yes, sir.
So is it your testimony that you did not observe Zoka hit Natiri that night?
I did not observe that. I was cleaning up.
Sorry about that.
Any redirect?
Okay.
All right, may you be excused? Thank you. All right, here you go. Call your next witness.
Juju would be called next. Although his intentions were to be taken seriously when he took the stand, his entire testimony would end up seeming like a skit from Saturday Night Live.
Okay. Mr. Diaz, how old are you?
21, sir.
Okay. And do you know Eligio Bishop?
Yes, sir.
How long have you known him?
For about 4 years.
4 years?
Yes,
So
sir.
since you were 17 years old?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you meet him?
Well, it was a certain phase in my life where I was going through a lot and I was seeking answers. I was seeking answers to the universe. So I came across him on the internet. When I came across his information on the internet, it was a lot of information. It was also a lot of hate, a lot of negativity from online critics, popular online critics. One of them being Chantel Coleman, who's actually here today, known as the T. She's one of Mr. Bishop's popular online critics. Was actually being
All right, we're getting, it's non-responsive. Just answer the question, please.
Well, yes.
Hold on. If he needs more information, he's going to ask you a question. So the question was when you met him or how you met him?
It was.
Okay, you answered that.
Okay.
So I met him through me going through a lot in my life, and I was seeking answers to guidance through the internet.
Okay. And so you were trying to add that there was some negativity online. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Who was a negative critic you saw online?
Well, there's actually a lot of them inside of this courtroom today. Well, the main one that has been emailing the detectives to...
All right, stop. All right.
The main one...
Hold on, stop.
Hold on.
Stop.
Okay, let me rephrase the question.
Can you guys approach for a sec?
Sure, Judge.
After a brief sidebar, the judge reminded Juju to stick to the questions, and the testimony resumed.
When did you physically meet him?
March 29th, 2021.
March 29th, 2021. And
Yes,
where'd you meet him at?
Puerto Rico.
Okay. And how did you get there?
I caught a flight.
Okay. Where were you coming from?
Chicago.
Okay. All right. And how did you fund the flight from Chicago to Puerto Rico?
Well, I had a job that was, the job closed down too, so they had to send me a check,
Okay.
$2,000 check.
How long were you in Puerto Rico for?
For about 6 months.
Okay. All right. So after you were in Puerto Rico for 6 months, where did you go after that?
After Puerto Rico, we went to Atlanta.
Atlanta? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So March 24th, 2022, was there anything, was there a party going on at the house or anybody over that day that you can recall?
I think we were having an interview, a side letter interview. I'm not sure, but the most that I can remember that day is cleaning up. We were cleaning up. I was cleaning up. I was helping cleaning up the kitchen, and then we ended up feeling the energy inside of the house as if it was a meeting going on. So as we dismissed the kitchen, that's when we attended the meeting, and then the conclusion was we already came to a conclusion that she was ready to depart from the group.
Okay. So when you say she was that Janae Newell?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How did you know she was getting ready to leave the group?
Well, it was discussed, and it was said that she was ready to leave and to make arrangements for her Uber to pull up. So after that was discussed, I was asked to get her belongings from the set. After I helped organize her bags, I just went about my business and waited until she left. And once the Uber pulled up and she walked out the house, I thought that's when I went about my day. She just no longer existed from my view. Like, okay, now she's going into the world, she's leaving.
Okay.
That's what it was.
And did you hear any scuffling upstairs or any fighting or anything that sounded like violence upstairs in the house?
No, sir. It was actually it was peaceful. The music, we went back to cleaning. As we went back to cleaning, it was just a peaceful night. Everybody went about their business about their day. Okay. And this is why I feel as if Mr. Bishop.
All right, no. No, your feelings aren't relevant.
This is why I know.
Stop.
You can't convert it to I know and I feel. The judge is not going to allow you to say that.
Okay.
Had you ever witnessed any acts of violence between Mr. Bishop and women in the group?
No, sir.
What about women? Did you see or hear Mr. Bishop direct women to hit other women on his behalf?
Not that I've seen, sir.
Okay. April 7th, 2022. Were you interviewed by police?
No, I was not asked no questions, and I was asked no questions.
All right. Do you know who the police questioned there?
No.
Okay. But they did question you?
No, I was not questioned.
Okay.
And this is why I have reason to
No,
believe.
Sir, stop.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm going to end this if he keeps this up.
All right, want to run back over something, then we'll sit down. You said you first came across him. You're 21 now. You were 17 when you first came across him, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you were living in Chicago?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and were your parents in Chicago?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you continue to communicate with your parents?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, the state's going to have a few questions for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
And just remember to be responsible to what they're asking you to do, okay?
You just testified that when you were with Mr. Bishop, your family knew where you were.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not true, is it?
It is true.
Okay, there was an occasion when the police came to the house because you had not contacted your mom in several months and she was concerned about you, right?
The police had popped up, but they popped up because it's a lot of online hate. It's a lot of online critics online that make us look bad. So her being a mother, caring of course, but she sees these online critics making us look bad, she's gonna be worried of her son. So she reported that to the police. It's a lot of videos that's making us look bad, so she's worried. But I told her where we were. I told her where I was.
Here's my question. She was concerned because you had not contacted her in 4 months. Yes?
That's not true though, because I was in contact with her.
Okay, and you just testified on direct that you had never seen Mr. Bishop be violent with anyone in the group.
That's fact.
And that's not true, is it?
That is true.
There's a video where Mr. Bishop is there with you and Loyal, right?
Right.
And he slaps Loyal in the face. And you were present on that video, weren't you?
It was called spiritual improv. Like I said, we have come with a very important message to proclaim the kingdom.
Okay, all right, you're getting far off the response now. Hold on. He has a right to explain his answer, but he doesn't have a right to go on and on and on about things that are not relevant.
Mr. Diaz, here's my question. All right, on direct, you said you have never seen Mr. Bishop be violent with anyone in the group, right?
Right.
That is a lie. That is just not true, is it?
That is true.
Okay. You've seen him be violent with people in the group, right?
For production, it wasn't violence, it was out of a joke. We came to the collective agreement that we need to do certain things and say certain things, performances, to slip in the message to humanity. Give humanity entertainment, give humanity drama, and meet them where they are, so we can slip the message, the divine message that we have for them inside that performance.
All right, so you joined when you were 17 years old, pretty young.
Right.
And you said that you were going through some things.
Yes.
And so you looked at Mr. Bishop as God.
Yes.
You still think he's God.
Yes, but I also know that I am God too, and you are God too, and everybody in this courtroom is God.
Have you talked to him since the trial started last week?
Since the trial started last week? Yes.
Okay. And he kind of gives you an update about what's going on in court, right?
Not really.
Now, you said you had a $2,000 check you got from your job, and that helped fund your fare to Puerto Rico?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the rest of that money you gave to Mr. Bishop when you got here?
Yes, ma'am. It was just in the pot. I just gave it to the pot. It was a donation from my heart.
Okay. When y'all were out in Puerto Rico or wherever you guys were, y'all couldn't use the bathroom inside, could you?
That's not true because we actually had an inside bathroom that was connected to a septic tank.
And a part of being in tune with the earth was pooping in a hole outside, right?
I know it sounds crazy. But poop is not what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. It's actually soil.
And so when you released your soil into a hole in the ground, you were allotted 6 squares of toilet paper, right? 6 squares of toilet paper. That's what y'all got to use when you had to use the bathroom, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't know where you got that from.
All right. And he told you all that if you left the cult, that outside would be hell.
No, not really. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. It's a tribe. With us, we hold a very healthy perspective. So you trying to turn your back and denounce us and join the online critics, that's you believing into your lower self because now you're going against what we stand on, which is truth, morals, and principles.
And you talked about Mr. Bishop being your God, your Lord, your Savior, all that, right?
The Messiah, yes.
The Messiah?
Is the Messiah.
The Messiah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you can't say no to the Messiah, can you?
He never said that.
And if someone said no, there would be consequences, right?
Not really. If someone said no, it just be like, okay, elaborate on why you're saying no.
That's all.
Put your ideas out there.
All right. Redirect.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. May he be excused.
Yes, Eligio remain in the courtroom.
He may.
Also, Mr. Bishop
Hey, sorry.
No.
What did she just said?
No.
malicious
You know
prosecution.
what? He just lost his right to stay in the courtroom. Deputies, he can be escorted out.
Malicious prosecution.
All right. He is no longer welcome in the courtroom. Call your next. Who's your next witness, Mr. Booker?
Aya will be called to the stand next. Her testimony, similar to Juju's, will get off to a rocky start as well.
Ms. Wade, how old are you?
Hold on.
Before Ms. Wade answers my question, she has no
Papers. Yeah, she can't.
Okay, you won't be able to use notes, Ms. Wade. You'll have to turn
Can you
those.
grab them from her, please?
Sure, Judge.
I cannot use my notes?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Ma'am. Belong.
You can't use notes.
Okay, take your. You got the paper. All right, very good.
All right, I have a paper, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Wade, how old are you?
Okay, before I start,
No, before you start. You answer the questions.
I do want to
No.
put on the record that I did
Oh,
file a
no.
complaint
Okay.
with Judge Hyder.
No.
Judge, if we get
You're not listening. You're not
Are
listening.
you gonna listen? Are you gonna answer the questions? You don't get to just
I
sporadic.
can answer the questions.
Okay, so let's try.
Not
Deputy,
fair.
stay right there. I'm not gonna let her do this again. I'm gonna give you one more chance to act appropriately. Otherwise, you're gonna be removed from the courtroom. So ask a question, Mr. Booker, and answer that question and that question only, ma'am.
Ms. Wade, how old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. I know that there are more things that you want to say. Let's just try to get through the question, okay?
Okay.
All right. Where did you live in Atlanta?
I lived at 2993 Arbor Chase in Decatur, Georgia.
Okay. And who did you stay there with?
I stayed there with Eligio Bishop and a few other people. Do you want me to name them all?
No, you just, about how many people stayed there?
It was roughly around 15, 16 people.
Okay. Was it a mixture of males and females?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Was there music production, video production happening?
Yes, there was a constant music and video production daily.
Okay. And did you take part in the music and video production?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I was an actor.
And was that something that was done every single day?
It was done every day. There was a time that we did take off for a few weeks on social media, and that's when we were harassed.
Okay. And when you were harassed, did the police come thinking that you were in some sort of trouble?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
It will be at this point in Aya's testimony that Nature Boy's defense will suffer a huge blow. A critical piece of evidence that Nature Boy's lawyer was planning to submit was challenged by the state. Booker was planning to play a 6-minute video of police body cam for the jury that would strengthen the claim of people not being held without their will. Outside of the jury, Booker argued the video was the linchpin of his defense. He argued that the state had based their entire case around this main argument. He also pointed to the fact that Nature Boy's second highest charge was false imprisonment. The state argued that the video was irrelevant because numerous people had already stated that they were there willingly. The judge ended up siding with the state.
And she's already testified it, but I don't think this is relevant.
So what's the legal ruling, Judge?
The legal ruling is it's irrelevant. She's already testified that they weren't being held against her will. So if you want to ask her that on a particular day when the police were there, nobody said no one reported that they were being held against her will, that's fine. But I don't see the need for the video footage. I don't think it's relevant.
And it's not relevant to what issue is what I'm asking the legal ruling for.
Well, she's already testified to it. Whatever the information on the video, she's already testified about it.
No, that's not the relevant issue, Judge. Now, I'll state it so we will have a clear record here. The relevant issue is that throughout the entire case, the state has had a common thread that these women and men have been held there against their will. Okay? This video gives the exact opposite. I agree that she said it, but it also further goes to support what she just testified to, which was that they were getting trolled. There were times that people would call the police and make certain assertions to them that, hey, police, these people are being held there against their will. That's exactly what that video shows.
She can say that the police came out, nobody reported that they were being held against their will. That's essentially what the purpose is of this video footage. So I'm fine with her saying that, but I don't see the relevance or the need for the video. So I'll allow her to say that the police came out on whatever date that was, and that nobody reported to the police they were being held against their will. The police came in, searched everything, and nobody said anything about being held against their will.
Okay, but your rule is that it's irrelevant because
it's cumulative. And
so not relevant. It's
both. It's both, Mr. Booker.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, bring the jurors back in. All right, everyone have a seat. Thank you. All right, we are ready to continue.
Okay, thank you, Judge. Was there a time that law enforcement came by and attempted to search the house because they believed that you were being held there against your will?
Yes, there was many times that they came to the house to search because people were calling saying that we were being held against our will.
Okay, were the police allowed to search the entire house?
They were allowed to search many times.
And inside the house?
Inside the house.
Did they question people in the house?
Yes, they did.
Were they allowed to look in every room in the house?
Yes, they were.
Okay, and were the police wearing body-worn camera when they did that?
Yes, they were.
Okay, and
there was a time that they came to search where he wasn't there. We were just, me and Caleb Buckner were just coming back from the grocery store.
Okay.
And they pulled up on us. It was just me and her. We were getting out the car.
Okay.
And they asked us if everything was okay.
Do you remember what year that was?
That was the same year, 2022.
Okay. All right. And you and Kayla were coming back from the grocery store?
Yes, we were.
So you were actually allowed to go to the grocery store?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. All right. And how did you get there?
I drove.
You did?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. You could actually drive to the grocery store. All right. And Mr. Bishop didn't have to follow you or anything like that to go to the grocery store?
No, that's ridiculous. No.
Okay. Where did you meet Mr. Bishop at when you first met him?
I met him September of 2018. That's when I first met him.
In person?
Yes.
And where was that at?
Mexico.
Okay. And from September of 2018 until now, have you been around him?
Yes, every day.
Have you ever been hit by him in a violent manner? Has he ever punched you, kicked you, or beat you?
No.
Has he instructed other women, including yourself, to hit other people on his behalf?
There was a unanimous decision made by the group of people that were there. We all had a meeting, and it was a unanimous decision that we would implement the slapping part as a part of spiritual improv for the documentary we were recording. the drama gets more views than the teachings.
Okay.
We're more interested in people learning about what we have to teach. So we did get creative on different ways where we can get more attention. The slapping was a part of it because once we saw Will Smith slap Chris Rock, we thought it was very funny, and everybody thought it was funny. It was like, that's how you get a lot of attention. We'll do that. Everybody agreed.
When you were outside the country, did you guys use the bathroom outside the house?
Using the bathroom outside the house was everyone's choice. We have restrooms everywhere that we went. There's restrooms in house. You could use the restroom in the house if you wanted to. Everybody did. They took showers. It's regular. It's normal. If they wanted to use the restroom outside, they could.
Okay.
And the reason why there was using the restroom outside is because of our beliefs, which is protected by First Amendment. That we believe that essentially there's a natural flow of exchange with the earth that we live on. So you use the bathroom on the earth, you get blessings.
What do you recall about Janine Newell on March 24, 2022, about her interactions with Mr. Bishop? What did you witness?
Well, I know that she did get into an altercation with the women. And then after there was an altercation with the women, she decided that she wanted to leave. And so once she got her stuff and she was ready to leave, she went downstairs. Eligio Bishop was downstairs, asked her if she was okay. She said no, and he was like, okay, well, you have a ride? She said, yes, my ride's on the way. He's like, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You can leave.
Okay. And so was her ride an Uber or something outside?
It was an Uber outside.
Did you actually see it?
Yes, I did. I was outside with her. I didn't witness her go back inside.
Okay.
When she came back inside, I was already upstairs in the back bedroom. I was laying down.
Okay. And what happened? What did you witness from there?
Well, I was laying in the back room. I saw her come in first, and then Eligio came in shortly after. They were talking, and they didn't see me laying in the bed. Once they saw me laying in the bed, they smiled at me, and then they said, can you give me a moment to talk?
Okay. What was the next thing that you witnessed regarding Janae and Eligio?
I was in the bathroom that whole time.
How long do you think? Just an estimate.
If I could estimate, I would probably say I was in there for around 6 minutes.
Okay.
During that time, I had turned the lights off and it was kind of lower, dim, because I did have a headache.
Okay.
And so I could hear everything that was going on because this bathroom is very small and it connects both bedrooms.
Okay.
So when I was in that bathroom, I didn't hear any noises or anything that was irregular.
Did you see her again after that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Where did you see her at?
I saw her walk into the master bedroom where we were. We were all in the closet getting ready to go to bed.
All right. And did you see her again after that time?
After that, I didn't see her.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. Stacey's going to have a few questions for you.
Carl? Good afternoon, Ms. Wade. Good afternoon.
Hi.
All right, just a few questions for you. So I think on direct examination, you talked about witnessing the Chris Rock slap.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, I did.
And that was funny to you all?
Yes, it was.
And you thought that would get you all attention?
Yes.
And you realized the Chris Rock slap was March 27th, 2022, right?
I'm not aware of that.
So it was after this incident occurred?
Okay.
All right. So when you joined Mr. Bishop's group, and you're still a member, right?
A member?
Yes, of Carbon Nation.
No.
Okay. Are you not a member of Carbon Nation anymore?
Carbon Nation, that is just a very touchy subject. I was affiliated with Carbon Nation, a member. I don't know if it could be called a member technically, because I mean, we were just a group of people that joined his life. We just wanted to come and meet with him.
And you believe that Mr. Bishop is your Lord?
No.
You don't believe he's the Messiah?
Yes, he is a Messiah. He does bring a certain message for a general group of people.
And because he is the Messiah, you can't say no to him, can you?
Yes, I say no to him a lot, actually.
And there's consequences when that happens, right?
No, I don't know. There's no consequences when you say no.
Now, let's just talk about your contact with Mr. Bishop since this trial's going on. Y'all talk every single night, right?
Yes, we do.
And when y'all in those conversations, he gives you updates about what's happening in the trial.
Yes.
He tells you what people are saying.
Yes.
He's telling you what Janae is saying.
He doesn't tell me what Janae is saying.
But y'all talk about the trial, right?
Yes, we talked about the trial in general. We don't talk about specifics all the time of the trial.
That's all happened.
Any redirect?
Oh, Your Honor,
All right. Will she be excused?
Yes, sir. She can remain in the courtroom.
She can remain in the courtroom as long as there are no outbursts.
She's not going to have an outburst.
Okay. She can remain in the courtroom. All right. Next witness.
The next person to testify will be a woman named Eva Wilson. She was someone that knew Janae from the past. Her testimony was supposed to assassinate Janae's character, but it completely missed the mark. Her testimony was so irrelevant that the state didn't even bother to cross-examine her. Efru will be the last person to get on the stand in Nature Boy's defense.
All right, Ava, how old are you?
I am 25.
Very hard as well. Okay. And where were you born?
Sorry?
Where were you born?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay. And did you go to high school in Nashville?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you graduate there?
Yes.
Okay. Did you do any college afterwards?
Yes, I went to Center College. It is a private liberal arts school in Danville, Kentucky. I did 3 years there.
Okay. So how long have you known Mr. Bishop?
I've known him for 6 years.
Okay. And when did you first meet him?
I first met him in 2018 in Palenque, Mexico.
In Mexico?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been around Mr. Bishop since that time frame?
Sorry?
Since 2018, have you been around Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Have you lived with him since then?
Yes.
Okay. In 2018 until now, have you come across anybody named Velvet Marquez?
Yes. That's his baby mother. They have a daughter together.
Okay. Have you come across a Kendra Carter?
Yes, I have.
Okay. What was her name?
Kendra Carter.
Yeah, what name was she?
Her name was, we called her Sheba. Her name was Sheba.
Okay. Janae Newell. Did you know Janae Newell?
Yes, we were both actually close. We were close friends.
Okay. And what was the name that she went by?
Materi.
Okay. How long was she in the group for? Or was she in the group on and off?
She was in the group on and off for about maybe 2 years. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
Estimately.
Okay. March 24th, 2022. Was Miss Newell leaving the house?
Yes.
Did anybody, including yourself or Mr. Bishop, punch her in the head or face or stomach or anything like that?
No, nobody punched her.
Okay.
Zoka did slap her or whatever, because she was being disrespectful. So, it was a natural family fight. Families get into scruffles sometimes. It wasn't like she was being, it was just tension, I feel like, between the women, because at that point, we were just kind of tired of like her behavior. So she said she wanted to leave after that. She said she wanted to leave, and we're like, okay. And she started getting her. I remember she went upstairs. She and Zoka went upstairs with her so she can pack her bags. And I remember at one point she started to get loud. I started to hear it started to get very loud upstairs. So I went upstairs and I was like, you need to be respectful in our home. Like, if you want to leave, just leave. Like, pack your stuff and just leave properly. You don't have to make a scene, because I feel like a lot of women come and they they leave like out of anger or like because they're not getting their way, you know, not a sane or I want to leave. Like it's, you know, it's out of emotion.
Out of jealousy?
Out of jealousy.
Okay.
Jealousy.
So was Mr. Bishop around her when she was acting this way, or was it primarily the women?
Mr. Bishop, he was in, I think he was in his room because she was in the back room and the two ladies were with her as she was gathering her things.
Okay. And so did she go downstairs or did anybody order her to go downstairs?
Yeah, so after she got her stuff, I remember she tried to get something out of Mr. Bishop's room, but she was like stumping with an attitude and pushing through people. And we was like, wait, like we'll go in there and get it because you just have an attitude right now and you're bringing a lot of destructive energy into the home. So somebody went to grab it and then she went downstairs. I remember she was sitting on the stairs for a little bit. I think she was getting her Uber. She was getting her Uber. And then when she was about to leave, she was walking out. It was like, is that your charger? I think it was Zoka. I was watching her leave out. Zoka was like, is that your charger? We need our charger back. Like, when you leave, just take what's yours and, you know, don't take any of our things. And she was like, it's just a charger. And then she was like, she tried to go upstairs. She said that Mr. Bishop wouldn't treat her like this. Since the women, like it was an altercation with the women. So we were like kind of in a conflict at that time. So she was like, Mr. Bishop wouldn't treat me like this. I want to go upstairs and say something to Mr. Bishop. And so Queen told her to go back downstairs because she was just bringing a lot of energy, like being disrespectful. So she went back downstairs and she went to her Uber.
Okay. Did she come back inside?
Yeah, she did.
Did you witness her come back inside?
Yeah, so what happened was when she left, I went back upstairs to Mr. Bishop to tell him that she left. And we told him that she tried to go upstairs to say bye to him. She tried to come upstairs. And then he was like, well, she was trying to come upstairs? And we was like, yeah, what did she want? He said, what did she want? We was like, we don't know. He was like, okay, tell her it's okay for her to come upstairs then. And so we had yelled out the window, like, call Poppy. We were like, Poppy's calling you, you know? So she came back upstairs. She went up to him and they hugged and she was like, I love you. He was like, I love you too. She was crying and they were like hugging. He was holding her. And me and Queen Malia was standing right there and we were watching, like, because they were having an intimate moment. So it was like we were just sitting there watching and it was for like 3 minutes. So I was like, should I walk away? Because I felt like we were interrupting their intimate moment because they were like hugging and crying, telling each other I love each other. And
where did you go to? Did you stay there?
I stayed there because before I left, they actually walked into the room. I imagine because they probably felt weird too, that we were just standing there. So they walked into the room. And, you know, after that, when I went downstairs because there was a lot going on. Later that night, I seen her, we like crossed past each other. And she had a different outfit on. Well, before she went in the room, me and Queen looked at each other like, like that's what you wanted this whole time, like to get his attention. Like you made that outburst to get Mr. Bishop's attention because that's something that she always wanted. She wanted attention and she wanted to be queen to have attention. So in my opinion. So when I seen her, she had on a different outfit, so I assumed she was staying. And I kind of looked at her like, like you got what you wanted. And she like was kind of.
Objection, hearsay. Whatever she said is untrue.
This whole case is
Stop.
Sorry.
So.
All right. Go ahead.
So after you communicated or she communicated with you, did you guys go to bed?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Harper. Let's sheriff's department do their thing. Okay, go ahead.
Afterwards, did you guys go to bed?
Yes. So after we passed each other, she like was blushing afterwards. After they had their moment, she was blushing, and it wasn't really nothing to be said because it was kind of understood, you know, that she pretty much got what she wanted. She went to the back room to go to sleep. She slept back there with Zoka and Sheba, I believe, and then me, Mr. Bishop, and Portia and Malia, we slept in the other room.
Okay. And
then we woke up and she was gone the next day.
Okay. Just a couple of questions. So the reason she had a charger was because she had a cell phone.
Yes.
Is that fair? So that means she had a phone that she was using herself.
Yeah, she had a phone she was using herself, yes.
And then the last thing is, were there rules in place and roles in place for women that they were beneath men in the group?
No.
Was there equality between the men and women?
You said equality?
Equality. Were they on the same equal playing field?
Yes.
Okay, and if the women, for instance, didn't do what Mr. Bishop said, were there physical injuries that would happen to them if they didn't do what he said?
No, I grew up with my mom being in an abusive relationship growing up, and I wouldn't be defending or associating myself who abuses people.
Thank you.
Cross?
Yes. So you left to join up with Mr. Bishop and some other folks when you were 19, is that right?
I was 20.
You were 20? And you had finished 3 years of school?
Yes.
College?
Yes.
Safe to say you've sort of grown up with him?
No.
See, I'm saying like your formative young adult years have been with Mr. Bishop and his associates, right?
No, I wouldn't say that. 3 years in college, I feel like that was more so my adult years. In my last semester of college, I actually studied abroad in Mexico, where I lived in Mexico for 3 months with a Spanish-speaking family. So I'm well developed in who I am, and I wouldn't say that I spent most of my adult years with Mr. Bishop.
But back when you were sort of moving around the tropics and whatnot, the main thing that you all looked for in a place to live was isolation, right?
No.
It wasn't important to be sort of away from urban society so that you could be more in touch with nature?
Well, we were like maybe 30, 45 minutes from like, I would say the town.
So, I mean, let me just say, like, anything that is online that looks bad for Mr. Bishop because he's telling someone to slap someone, or that's all an act, right?
Yes, stuff like that, those are acts.
The outside world, it was seen as failure if someone left, right? Like, they were a failure within the group if they had to leave.
No.
You weren't going to your lower self.
We just acknowledge that the industrialized society takes from nature more than it gives. Like it cuts down trees to make buildings.
Sure.
We just acknowledge that.
What does that answer have to do with how the group felt about someone leaving? Because they were going back into the industrialized society, you all felt like they failed at their mission to become their higher self, right?
I feel like a lot of people, well, when you come back into nature, I feel like a lot of, I don't know if anybody's familiar, but generational curses and like things you have to work
Can you
on.
answer the question first,
I
please?
think she tried to do it.
Sir?
I think she tried to.
All right. No, let me finish. Answer the question, and then you can explain your answer. Okay, so repeat the question, Mr. Kennedy.
Was it viewed as failure when somebody left the group because they failed on their attempt to become their higher self?
No.
Your loyalty doesn't have an expiration date. You said that with respect to your feelings about Mr. Bishop, right?
My loyalty doesn't have an expiration date.
Exactly. That you will remain loyal to Mr. Bishop, correct?
No, I'm remaining loyal to everything I want to do. I'm a grown woman. I don't feel like these questions have anything to do with Mr. Bishop.
Well, you don't know, that's not part of your answer. You just have to answer the questions.
So you said before that your loyalty, you said, my loyalty doesn't have an expiration date.
Okay.
Talking about Eligio Bishop. Is that true or false?
That's false. When I'm talking about my loyalty, I'm talking about my loyalty and what I believe in as far as being more close to nature.
You learned those teachings from Eligio Bishop primarily.
No.
Okay. I don't have any other questions here.
All right, anything else for her?
No, Your Honor.
I thought for sure once Efru got off the stand, I said, okay, Tanisha coming next. This gonna be good. Flame. Cause the questions the cross-examination was asking was like, oh, you can't lie your way out of this because you have no idea what to prepare for. I thought Tanisha was gonna hit the stand, bro. I was like, listen. Cause the previous testimonies was boo-boo trash, straight out lie. I mean, listen, I get it. You're cult members. I get it. If anybody else get it. But if you gonna lie, Lord have mercy. If you gonna get on the stand and lie, and I'm not condoning this, bruh, if y'all didn't even have the same lie. They asked Juju, was he a god? Juju said, I'm standing on business. Juju said, he's the Lord of Lords and King of Kings. He is the Messiah in manifested human form, 2024, baby. And then you get the Aya, and she's like, no, he's not the Messiah. He's more like my friend. I was like, what? She was bewildered at the fact that I can't use my notes. I swear to read the script. I swear to read the script, the whole script, and nothing but the script. Them testimonies was the most doo-doo trash, booty testimonies that you could have ever came up with. Y'all can't even stand on your own belief system. So why would anybody else? And no, he's not God. Like, he's kind of like God in the sense of everything is God. He told you what to say today, didn't he? Well, what do you mean by he? Yo! Not only did you lie, you lied about the same doctrine that you claim to uphold. No, he's not the Messiah. He's kind of like a guy that teaches us stuff. And it's an act. But when the cameras are off, we still call him God. And we still treat him like God. Are you a member of Carbonation? I really don't know. Carbonation is really some water vapor. It's really not a real organization. Like, I mean, yo, where's the integrity? The cross was hitting them in the head with stuff that they didn't even plan to be asked. Nature Boy done gave them the rundown. This what they gonna ask you. Cause I know. This is what they gonna ask you, right? And when they ask you this, yeah, I know they recording, I know they listening, but still, we're gonna go in there and lie anyway. And listen, when y'all get in there, don't wear them goofy ass Nature Boy shirts.
Shortly after Efru left the stand, and while the court was still in recess, Nature Boy declined to take the stand in his own defense.
So now that all the defense evidence has been presented, and you've had a chance to talk to your attorney, I've already advised you of your rights to testify or not to testify in this case. Let me remind you again. You have the right to testify in your own defense if you would like. You also have the right not to testify. That decision is yours and yours alone. and you can consult with your attorney and seek his guidance, but ultimately you're the one that has to make the decision. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And have you talked to Mr. Booker about whether or not you want to testify in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And also, if you choose not to testify, I will instruct the jury that they're not allowed to hold that against you in any fashion. You understand that?
Okay.
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 All right. If you do testify, you'll be subject to cross-examination just like any other witness would be.
Yes.
He understands? Okay. Do you want to testify in your own defense, Mr. Bishop?
No.
Okay.
Closing arguments will begin about a half hour later.
Eligio Bishop's concern about COVID was only one issue today. While his attorney presented his case, one of his witnesses was thrown out of the courtroom.
And this is why I feel as if Mr. Bishop...
All right, no.
Alleged cult leader Eligio Bishop's rape trial was briefly interrupted Thursday as testimony from a member of his group, Carbon Nation, went off the rails. DeKalb County Superior Court Judge Stacey Heydrich repeatedly told the witness to watch what he said, but as he wrapped up, he didn't hold back.
Also, Mr. Bishop was very initially prosecuted.
What did she just said? No. You know what? He just lost his right to stay in the courtroom.
Prosecutors accused Bishop of raping a former group member nearly 2 years ago as she tried to escape and then posting revenge porn online. During the trial, the alleged victim talked about the group's online presence. Thursday, defense witnesses said it was an act for views.
They like drama, so we gave them drama so that we can slip the message in, so that we can slip the 5 sciences in too.
One of the ways prosecutors say they did that is to slap each other. One member says that idea came from the Will Smith-Chris Rock incident, but prosecutors pointed out it happened after the alleged rape.
And you realize the Chris Rock slap was March 27th, 2022, right? So it was after this incident occurred.
Bishop wasn't in the courtroom for any testimony Thursday. Instead, he watched from jail after someone tied to the case tested positive for COVID earlier this week.
And right now, closing arguments are underway. It's unclear if jury deliberations will begin today or tomorrow, but we'll keep you up to date every step of the way.